Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to have you here for another delicious recipe. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe before leaving. So today we're going to be making a favorite of mine and my family's and a few friends of mine as well. It's oven roasted stuffed sea bass. So here we have all our ingredients. We have our sea bass that's been nicely washed and cleaned with lemon. For our stuffing, we're going to be having some okra, some fish tea soup, onions, Scotch bonnet pepper. The plantain is going to be on the side. The callaloo is going to be in the stuffing as well. We have some butter, oil, foil paper to wrap up our fish, and our seasoning. So in here we have fish seasoning, all-purpose, paprika, black pepper, and garlic powder. So before we actually season our fish, we're going to be making like 2 diagonal lines in our fish, and this is to allow the seasoning to fully absorb into the flesh of the fish. So you're going to slice it as I'm doing here right now, and we're going to do it on both sides like so. So it's really important to just make sure you put these slices in the fish, guys, and this is, like I said, to allow the seasoning to fully soak inside the fish while it's cooking. And it's an absolutely beautiful fish. I love sea bass. So now this is done, we're going to go ahead and mix the seasonings together that we're going to use to marinate our fish. So we're just going to mix it together, the fish seasoning, all-purpose, paprika, black pepper, and garlic powder. Just mix it together like I've done here and sprinkle it all over our fish and massage it in. And you want to make sure that every area of your fish is fully coated with the seasoning, guys. Like, we cannot afford to have our fish not tasting of flavor. So you're going to make sure everywhere is fully coated. On the inside of the slices that we've made, I want to make sure that's fully coated with our seasoning, on the head, everywhere, and on the inside like I'm doing here. So just rubbing everything in, guys, rubbing it in. And you're going to go ahead and do it for the other fish as well. And once you're finished seasoning it, this is how it should look. So nice and beautiful, fully seasoned everywhere. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and put together our stuffing. So here I have some okra. You want to make sure that you wash your okra first and cut the 2 ends off, and just slice it up like I'm doing here and add it to our bowl. So we're going to be using between 10 to 12 okra. It all depends on how much fish you're doing, but that should be enough if you're just doing 2 fishes like me. So we're just slicing it up here and adding it to our bowl. And next we're going to go ahead and add our onions. So here I'm using half an onion, but I'm only taking off 2 slices of the onion. And then I'm just going to dice it into small to medium sizes and add it to the okra. Just want to slice it up like I'm doing here, and let's add it to the okra. And next we're going to go in with our callaloo. So you want to make sure you drain the water off the callaloo before you add it to our stuffing. So I'm going to be using 3 tablespoons, and we're just going to mix it in so everything is fully combined. Like so. And then we're going to go with our Scotch Bonnet Pepper. So I'm using half of this pepper. You can use more depending on how spicy you want it. And then we're just going to mix that together as well before adding our fish tea soup. And this is just to add more flavor to our stuffing. And it's always better to use a fish tea one because you want to keep it with the fish flavor. And we're going to mix that together like I'm doing here. and we're going to go in with some butter next. And the butter is just to allow it to not get dried once it's being cooked in the oven. So I'm using like a teaspoon of butter and just mixing it together as I'm doing here. And that's our stuffing, guys. So here you have your seasoned sea bass and your stuffing ready to go. So now we're just gonna go ahead and stuff our fish like I'm doing here. So you want to make sure you put as much stuffing in the fish as possible. You also want to make sure that you add the stuffing to the head of the fish and just push it in, because the stuffing is absolutely amazing, guys. And you're going to go ahead and do the same for the other fish. I also have a recipe for this dish on my website. I'll share the link below so you can go and check that out as well. So next we're gonna wrap the fish up in our foil paper. Before we do that, we're just gonna add some oil to the base of the foil paper, and this is to prevent the fish from sticking to the foil when we're taking it out. So you just want to spread the oil out using a basin brush, and you add your fish onto it, and just add a little bit of oil on the top of the fish as well. So with this, you just want to wrap the fish up like a parcel. So you just want to make sure that you're not wrapping the foil paper too close to the fish, but just wrap it up like a parcel like I'm about to do here, and fold it over like that. So fold it over and seal both ends. So you just want to make sure it's sealed properly like I'm doing here. And you're going to go ahead and do this with the second fish as well. And once you're done, this is how it's supposed to look. So now our fish is ready to go in the oven. My oven has been preheated at 200 degrees. It's been heating for about 5 minutes. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the fish to the oven, and then I'm going to reduce the heat to 180 degrees. And we're going to leave it to roast in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And next we're going to go ahead and prepare our fried plantain whilst our fish is cooking. So I'm just adding some oil to my frying pan. I've already peeled my fried plantain, and we're just going to add it to the oil to fry off. So it's been around 20 to 25 minutes now, guys, and our fish should be done. So I'm just going to remove it from the oven. And we're looking for it to be nice and soft and succulent, guys. So we're just going to open our parcel. And look at the steam coming out of that. Absolutely beautiful. And the juices that's coming out from the fish. And we just look a bit closer. And it's just absolutely amazing. You can see that our stuffing is cooked and pouring out of the fish a little bit. So now we're just going to plate it up with our fried plantain, and this is it, guys. Absolutely amazing, super delicious and healthy as well. So here we have my oven roasted stuffed sea bass with fried plantain. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, guys, and I look forward to seeing you again. Enjoy!